What's up, people? So, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. And I tell you guys story times about my past, and we laugh together and we kiki with the girls. Hey, Classy. So, it's super nice outside. It's like fucking sunny as hell out here in Arkansas. Like, I'm living my best life over here, y'all. Me and Nate just got back inside from playing, and we went to the playground. So it was a good time. Hey, Avalon. So I want to talk to you guys about ecstasy. Now, you're going to go, Nicole, why are you talking about ecstasy? Well, I'm going to tell you why. My friend CG Kid just uploaded a video. Hey, Jamie. Whoop, whoop. My friend CG Kid just uploaded a video about rolling ecstasy, MDMA. And it inspired me. Because I want to share with you guys my experience rolling my balls off. So, I guess I could sit down so that way I'm not walking around. Okay. So, back in like 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It depends on what kind of ecstasy you get. You can get pure MDMA, you can get ecstasy that's like heroin based, and you can get ecstasy that's speed based or meth based, right? Or I think even, I'm sure there can be other mixes. But at this time, I think it was like 2000, what is that? Is that shadow? That's a shadow. Okay, like in 2000, I think it was like 3, 4, 5, no, maybe 2005. Anyways, this was some time ago. I was working at Olive Garden as a waitress. And I lived in Hot Springs. So this was before I got my felony charge. So I caught my felony in 2008, went to prison in 2009, and then got out in 2010 and moved here to Little Rock. So this was way before I caught my felony. So we'll say it was about 2005. So at this time, like what was going around was these little stamped pills. You could get them. They're about that round and like that thick. They looked like little vitamins, but they're perfectly round, you guys, and real thick. And they would have like a Superman emblem on them, or they would have blue dolphins. They would have green apples. They would have red apples. They would have $ ones. I mean, just all kinds of different little designs stamped on them. And at the time, my dealer was this guy named Psycho. Rest in peace. Psycho ended up getting killed in a drug deal in Texas. He used to drive back and forth from Texas to Arkansas to get a whole bunch of drugs. And on his way into Texas, I don't know if it was like somebody was following him, but anyway, he got his whole car. He got jumped and all his dope taken, got shot and killed, right? Yeah, we would call him Psych. So his name was Antonio, his real name. So rest in peace, Psych. So Antonio had a big crush on me. So basically, like, I could get him to come and bring me anything I wanted anytime, and I'd usually pay for one and he'd bring me 3. Do you know what I'm saying? And so at this time I was working at Olive Garden. So for some reason, you guys, like, I was so out of touch with reality. Like, I loved tripping at work. Like, I loved being fucked up at work because I hated going to work. So I'd get so fucked up. So one day I'd called him and I was like, hey, will you bring me a couple tabs up to work? He's like, yeah, sure. So he brought me 2. And you know me, I dropped both of them. And then I went back to the back and got me a big old glass of orange juice and downed it. Well, I couldn't tell if it was kicking in right? And so all of a sudden I was like, my teeth started chattering, and that's how I knew that the shit was kicking. Me and my sister used to have this inside joke because we used to watch this movie called Dirty Love. Have you guys ever seen it? It has Jenny McCarthy in it, and she starts tripping balls, and she's going, shit's kicking. And then this guy and her, like, end up having sex, and he sticks a bass fish in his asshole. And all that's hanging out is the tail of this bass fish. And he's slinging his ass back and forth going, touch my bass! You guys have got to watch it. Touch my bass. You listen to me. I'm serious. Look up Dirty Love with Jenny McCarthy and go and watch the movie and tell me if you do not fucking laugh your ass off. So, girl, no, he's in his playroom all the way across the area. So, touch my bass. And he's 4 years old. He has no idea what I'm talking about. So, I dropped the 2 and I was chilling and they started kicking in. My teeth started chattering and I was running around and I was like, fucking, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to throw up. That's what's going to happen. It always happened to me, especially when they would start kicking in real hard. Hey, Jason. So I ran to the bathroom. I was like, and threw my guts up. Well, guess what? My mom decided to come by and see me. My mom came by. I was like, hey, Mom. Like trying to act normal, but couldn't. And then my friends Matt and John showed up and they were like, what are you doing, bitch? And I was like, I'm tripping. And they were like, what? Who does that? Who rolls ecstasy at Olive Garden, right? So anyways, long story short, right, I talked to my boss and I was like, I'm sick. I cannot stop throwing up. So they let me leave to go home. So I've told this story to you guys before and we left off right there. Now I'm going to tell you what else happened that night. So, you know how Matt and John had came by. I got off work and I drove to my friend Sandy's house. And Sandy lived in the inner city, right? And I could go over her house and it was like a central location to where like all my drug friends would come over there. We'd all get high and people would bring dope over and it was just like a kick it spot, right? Well, Matt and John ended up coming over there while I was over there. And I was like, hey, you know, and I loved hooking up with John. John was a twin, and his brother's name was James. And I loved them. Like, I loved being with them. We would spend the night together and just get, you know, all crazy and stuff. And we were just little floozies. Well, Matt and John came over and they were like, hey, let's go back to Matt's house. And we're going to get some ecstasy too. And so I was like, okay, cool. So we all went back to Matt's house. And Matt's house was inside these apartments, right? They were old classrooms, okay? So they had they were huge, you guys. Like a classroom, like a school classroom size. And then they had chalkboards on the walls. And anyways, it was just so cool. I ended up, you know, being with them all night long. It was so crazy, you guys. And then Antonio, Psych, ended up coming over and hanging out with us too. And we would sit there and we were just like on one all night long, you guys. It was like craziness. I was thinking back to like how crazy we used to do stuff and how we would stay up all night. And I could never do that now because I get so tired, right? It's like I just get so exhausted. Like I couldn't eat. I don't like I've been trying to think back to 4 years ago when I used to get high. And I really don't know how I did it. Like I know how I did it. I escorts. I know how I did it. Like I would lose my mind. That's what would happen. I would get so high, you guys, that I would go into automatic hallucinations. And so it was just like, I couldn't handle it. I could not handle it. And so I was talking to my friend Tara today, because I told you guys she had called, and she was telling me that the last time I got high, she was like, you don't understand. The last time I saw you getting high, I was so scared for you because you were just so messed up. You were hallucinating so bad that you didn't even know like who I was. And I just started crying because like I remember not remembering people, but then I guess it's been so long since I used that I don't remember how bad it was, you know? It's like, you guys, I'm telling you, it's so easy to forget the bad parts. And like, I don't like hearing about it from other people, but it kind of helps me to keep me grounded because when she was like, you know, Yes, we were sick. And when she told me, you know, about how I didn't recognize her and she was like crying because she was so upset and worried about me, like, I realize now that I had gotten to a point of no return. I had gotten to that point where I was just like, so sick. Now I think back to that and I'm like, I don't want to go back to that ever again, you guys, because you know why? I don't want to be desperate like that. Like, I keep on trying to remind myself that getting high is not cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, changing the way I feel to cope with life is not what I need to do today. It's really hard, though, because lately here I've been having so many, like, thoughts, like, so many memories of how it felt good, you know? But you guys helped me to stay on track. So anyway, I just wanted to share that silly story time with you guys. I guess it didn't really have that great of an ending, but it was just what I used to do, you know? And I had seen CG Kid had uploaded a video about ecstasy, and I commented, I was like, I used to roll ecstasy all the time, even at Olive Garden. So it just made me think about it. But I'm waiting on my channel to get monetized, you guys. I put in the application to YouTube, and it's literally taking forever for them to review my channel. But hopefully it will go through, and then I can get, like, super chats and stuff. And I was even thinking about now, like, doing content specifically for my Patreon. So, yeah. I was thinking about doing once a week, like, study classes, recovery study classes for Patreon. And the Full House lady, oh yeah, paying for her daughter's college, $500,000 to go into, to get into that college. Yeah, I thought that's ridiculous, dude. That just shows you, like, college is just another way for the government to make money off of us, you guys. Like, so I was thinking about doing those, like, classes that we would do together. And so listen to this. Since I'm signing up for the addiction studies classes, I could do those, and then I could come on and, like, do one day a week, like, study classes, and we could learn together. But it would be like, just like people do on their Patreons, it would be like, you know, you could sign up for, like, a $5, $10, or $20 tier, you know, and however much money you thought it was worth. And then it could be like special, but it wouldn't be like anything like that you couldn't get from anybody else, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just wanted to do because I thought it would be fun, and it would be a way for me to get more, I don't know, more personal with my subscribers that want to be a part of my Patreon. Because what's happening now is my channel is getting to a point where it's growing so much, you know, that I can't get, like, I know you guys know what I'm talking about. I can't get personal with people because when I do, I end up getting fucked. So, excuse my language. So, having a Patreon would be a way that I could get connected personally to the people who want to connect with me. Do you know what I'm saying? And who aren't going to screw me over. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm thinking about it still. You know how I am. I'm praying about it. That zit is huge. I'm praying about it, and hopefully, yes, that's the thing. Like, you guys know that a lot of you talk to me one-on-one anyway, and you guys can call me and stuff. But this is just a way, like, if you guys wanted to support me more. You know what I'm saying? Because I have had several people request that I get, my super chats turned on, and I have to wait for YouTube. So I'm literally waiting, you know, which I think that's so nice that anybody would want to super chat me. I just am so, it makes me just, I mean, I could cry, you know, because anything that I got from that, you guys, you know where it's going to go, to Nathaniel. So you're basically, you're giving me stuff, but it's going to go to him. Yeah, I'm waiting for YouTube. So here's the deal. Like, and you guys know that I don't buy anything for myself, like, unless it's, like, discounted. Like, I got my purse, and I got it from Poshmark. And I was talking to my mom. I've even been buying my makeup off Poshmark, you guys, because it's like half price and I don't have to pay the full price for it. So I feel guilty when I pay full price for things, because I do have a little guy who I want him to have the new Nikes, and I want him to, be fresh when he goes to school and fit in. And so I'm always making sure that he has nice clothes to wear, and his little foot's growing so fast. I swear to God, he was just in a 9. Now he's in a 10. I love you too. I was just going to jump off too. But anyways, love you guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Story time. I really do appreciate all y'all's support. Even if you just come and watch my videos, like, that means the world to me. Like, I love just having you guys here and connecting with you. So, don't feel like, oh, you have to do anything for me. Like, I appreciate you just coming here and watching my channel. So I'll talk to you later.